In this session, we are going to discuss idioms and phrases. Questions based on idioms and phrases are common in verbal aptitude tests. The purpose of this question is to test our vocabulary and language skills. Idioms and phrases beautify our language. They help us to convey an idea precisely to the point without beating around the bush. Idioms and phrases give brevity to the language. Now, what are idioms? They are peculiar turns of expression. They have become established in the language by long usage. Somehow, idioms express matter tersely and forcibly. They can be rewritten in ordinary language, but then the force and the vividness disappear. Hence, it is necessary that we get acquainted with the idioms of the language and their correct use. Idioms have two peculiarities. 1. The arrangement of words in an idiom should not be altered, nor should any other word be substituted for a word in the idiom. For example, we must only say, make both ends meet. To say, make the both ends meet will be incorrect. Any other alteration will also render the idiom incorrect. The second peculiarity is there are no hard and fast rules for the formation of idioms. They have come into being without rules. The only way to master them is to read widely and note the phraseology of the idioms met with. It will be a good and useful practice to enter the idioms into the illustrative sentence in which they have been used in a separate notebook, and thus build up one's knowledge of idioms. The meaning of an idiom will not be obvious through knowledge of the individual meanings of the constituent words. It must be learnt as a whole. Let us look at some examples. Let us ponder over the meanings of the idioms given in the slide. Take the first example. The idiom means from a very reliable or authentic source. We know that it is very difficult to differentiate two horses having same color and size. So the horse owners used to identify their horses by checking the formation of the teeth of their horses. This is because each horse has a unique formation of teeth completely different from other horses. It is just like our palm lines. So something straight from the horse's mouth cannot go wrong because they are authentic by nature. In the second example, bolt stands for thunderbolt and blue stands for blue sky. When the sky is blue, nobody expects thunderbolt. But rarely we see thunderbolt in a blue sky. So the meaning of the idiom is something that happened unexpectedly, sending shock waves. Let us ponder over the meanings of the idioms given in the slide. Hatchet is a light short-handled axe. In this idiom, hatchet represents weapons. In the ancient time, at the end of a fight or a battle, people used to bury their weapons. From this practice, this idiom came into existence. So bury the hatchet means stop the fight, battle, or quarrel. The idiom in the fourth example is to stick to one's guns. Generally, who carries a gun? A soldier. What is his character? When enemies surround a soldier and attack him, he holds his gun and fights back bravely. He sticks to his gun, never drops it. This shows his firm and adamant nature. So the idiom means be firm in one's own opinion even in adverse situation. Let us ponder over the meanings of the idioms given in the slide. Brimstone is the old name of sulfur. It is believed that sulfur burns and creates fire in the hell. The meaning of the idiom given in the fifth example is extremely angry. For example, the manager breathed fire and brimstone at a peon for a silly mistake. The idiom to cross the Rubicon is related to Julius Caesar. Rubicon is a river in Europe which was the border of Caesar's kingdom and Italy. In the year BC 49, Caesar and his army crossed the border Rubicon illegally, which resulted in a civil war. So, any act which can cause far reaching result and is irreversible is considered as to cross the Rubicon. From these examples, we understand that idioms are made straight from the experiences of life and they reflect the character and culture of people around the world. Now, let us understand what a phrase is. It is a group of words forming part of a sentence. It has a meaning, but it does not give the complete meaning of a sentence. The examples in the slide are phrasal verbs. These phrases comprise a verb and a preposition. They denote actions. Here, the same verb give is used in all phrases, but the meaning of the verb changes when it is combined with different prepositions. Let us see how they are different. Give away means hand over, especially a bride to the bridegroom at a wedding. Give in means surrender, yield, or submit. Give off means emit or send out, especially smoke or smell. Give out means come to an end. Example, our food supplies began to give out. Give over means stop. Example, please give over crying means stop crying. And when we give up something, we abandon the attempt to do something. Here are some of phrasal verbs. What do they mean? Bank upon means to rely on or base one's hopes on somebody or something. Example, I bank upon your support for winning the election. Call off means cancel. For example, call off the strike. When we figure out, we solve a problem. Example, it took me some time to figure out the last question in the test. Go off means to explode, especially bombs. Iron out means to resolve differences between two individuals or parties. When we let down someone, we disappoint them. Look at the sentence. I cannot make out what you're saying. Here, make out means to understand. When we nail down, we get something done conclusively. Conclusively means convincingly ending all doubts. Example, we finally nailed down the contract. Pull over means to stop our vehicle at the side of the road. Example, I pulled over and immediately called my friends. And finally, take after means resemble. Example, the boy takes after his father. Now let us get back to idioms and look at some more examples. Refer the idioms E7 to E10. The word queer used as an adjective means strange. However, in the idiom E7, it is used as a verb. As a verb, it means destroy. Pitch is a place in a street where one sells things. So the meaning of this idiom is to destroy someone's plan. When the renowned statesman Benjamin Franklin was a boy, one day a man came to his home. He saw Franklin's grandfather's grindstone. Immediately, he expressed his desire to see the functioning of the grindstone. While Franklin was turning the wheel of the grindstone, the man sharpened his axe. From this incident, the idiom, an axe to grind, came into existence. It means private interests to serve. The next idiom is formed from a Greek mythological story. Once King Augean asked the all-powerful Hercules to clean his stables. These stables had 3,000 oxen and had not been cleaned for 30 years. We can imagine the dirt and dust in the stables. Hercules brought a river and let it pass through the stables to clean them. So the idiom means very, very difficult act to do. Look at the next idiom. In English alphabet, the letter I is incomplete without a dot. Likewise, the letter T is complete only when it is crossed. So the idiom means make perfect and clear by giving all the necessary details. For example, your plan is incomplete. Dot the I's and cross the T's before you submit it. Behind every idiom, we can see some interesting facts or stories. One way to remember the idioms is to know these facts or stories. Now let us look at some idioms related with colors. In black and white means record in writing or print. Thus, put your ideas in black and white means write or document your ideas. Blue one's money means spend the money recklessly without any control. If we are deep in thought or in a reverie, we are in a brown study. When we are in brown study, we seldom feel anything that is going on around us. If we are green-eyed, it means we are jealous. To paint the town red means to go on a spree and indulge in noisy, rough behavior. When we say we are born in the purple, we mean that we are a member of a royal family. Here we can think of a similar idiom, blue-blooded, which mean born to an aristocratic family. Let us now look at some idioms related to body parts. To keep your enemy at arm's length means to keep him at a safe distance. At one's fingertips means to have all the necessary information ready to be used. When we turn a deaf ear to someone, we ignore his words. To get cold feet means to be afraid. When we are afraid, we cannot move our feet. To bite one's lips. When do we bite our lips? Generally, when you are very angry. So the idiom means to be angry. When we are fully occupied or busy, we say we have hands full. To cool one's heels means to be kept waiting for some time. Apple is the most common and precious fruit in the West. So there are many idioms based on it in English. Some important ones are given here. When we say he or she is the apple of my eye, we mean that the person concerned is very dear to us. So the idiom means something or somebody dearly loved. The idiom blue-eyed boy or girl also has the same meaning. Apple of discord means cause of quarrel. Example, what is the apple of your discord? Upset the apple cart means spoil the plans. When we upset somebody's apple cart, we deliberately destroy his plans. This negative idiom is widely used in the field of politics. In apple pie order means in perfect order. Example, librarian arranged the book in apple pie order. Cat is perhaps the oldest acquaintance of man. So naturally, there are plenty of idioms and usages related with cat in English language. Some of them are given here. The first idiom suggests that the cat is inside the bag. When we let the cat out of the bag, we make the cat seen to all. So this idiom means reveal or make known a secret to the public. If we are like a cat on hot bricks, we are very nervous or jumpy. The idiom like cat on a hot tin roof also means the same. When we put cat among the pigeons, we cause alarm and confusion. Wait for the cat to jump means to refuse to give advice, make plans, etc., until one sees what other people are thinking and doing. Room to swing a cat in means just enough space. Example, the old woman stays in a hut which has only room to swing a cat in. The sentence means that the hut has only just enough space. Don't think that it has only one room. Just like a cat, dog is also an old friend of human beings. No wonder we can see plenty of dog related idioms. Some important ones are given here. Most of these idioms have negative connotations. This is because even though dogs are faithful to us, we look at them with contempt. See the first idiom. A case of dog eat dog means a situation, especially in business, where ruthless methods are used. When a person dies like a dog, he dies in shame or misery. A dog in the manger means a person who prevents others from enjoying something that is useless to himself. Manger is a long open box or trough for horses or cattle to feed from. Go to the dogs mean be ruined. Example, the country will go to the dogs if there is no unity among the people. A recap. In this segment, we learnt what idioms and phrases are and how they are important in English language. They give clarity, brevity, and beauty to whatever we express. They elevate the standard of the language and give it a touch of sophistication. We can impress people around us by using idioms at the right places. The knowledge of idioms reveals our command over the language. We can learn them without much difficulty because they came straight from human life. As there are no hard and fast rules regarding the formation of idioms, the only way to master them is to read widely and note the phraseology of the idioms met with. Learn as many idioms as possible, for it also helps to perform in a better way in the verbal aptitude tests. Make it a habit to learn at least an idiom and a phrase every day. All the best. Thank you.